There we go. Hey, you're listening to the Cowboy and Cherry Short Show. I'm Jason Kurtman. This is my lovely wife over here, Sarah.
Hey.
Your hair looks really good.
It does?
What'd you do to it?
I fluffed it.
You fluffed it? Oh, you fluffed your hair.
I spread water on it, yes.
Okay.
I'm sneaky that way.
You're sneaky that way. Okay. I did that too. I kind of wet my hair down and fluffed it with a hairbrush. This is my favorite kind of hairbrush, by the way.
It's a fuller hairbrush.
Is it a fuller? This isn't a fuller.
Well, it's a boar's hair.
It's full.
Yeah.
It's fuller than most hairbrushes.
Yeah.
Yes, especially now because my hair's thinning out a little bit, so this one's a little fuller.
You
my
see,
hair's
now,
a little
if you
thinner.
hadn't have told everybody, nobody would know.
That's okay. It really is.
Okay.
So, hey, look there. Michael Shinneberry's already watching the short show. Isn't that cool?
Hey to go away.
Yeah.
Hey.
So who knows? What else we got going on, Sarah?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, let's talk about one of my favorite subjects.
Burrows?
Burrows. Okay, second favorite subject. Donuts.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday was National Donut Day.
Yes, it was. Michael brought this up in the chat room, but that's actually why you brought it up in the show, and then I forgot to expand on it.
Yes.
So you read a little bit about this.
Yes.
How did Donut Day come to be?
Salvation Army evidently gave them away to the soldiers during World War II or One, was it?
World War I.
Ah. Is that why they were called doughboys?
Well, that's part of the reason. Part of the reason they were called doughboys is that a group of them, a large group down in, I believe in the African, it might have been the African group.
Uh-huh.
It might have been the Italian group too, I don't recall, or maybe both. But they would make the hot dogs out of hot grease down in the foxhole.
Ooh.
And a lot of those folks became veterans who went to work for, especially the Irish folks, would go to work for the New York Police Department. They had a lot of overnight bakeries that would work.
I imagine Boston as well.
Yeah, probably all along the East Coast. So these old doughboys, World War I veterans that were now Irish police officers, would go into these overnight bakeries and say, hey, I want you to make something. Here's how you do it. And that's how the donuts came to be and how police officers got a reputation for being some of the world's, well...
messiest eaters?
Biggest donut eaters.
Okay.
You know. So... That's the stereotype.
Yes.
And I was a cop for a long time, and I like donuts. But I liked donuts before I was a cop, and even after I was a cop.
Of course, who doesn't love a Boston cream or Bavarian cream?
That's one of my favorites, the cream donuts. When I was a kid, I loved the jelly-filled donuts.
Never really had very much attention to the jelly ones. I like crullers, though.
What's a cruller?
It's like the twirled one with...
Okay, like a cinnamon twist?
No. It's a ring, and it's... Dunkin' Donuts makes them especially. It's kind of like they're fried. Well, everyone is fried, but
yeah,
it had no center to it.
Some donuts are baked.
Oh,
like the German chocolate cake donuts.
Oh,
those are good. A friend of mine who used to, his name was Aaron, used to work the bus ministry up in Michigan. Every Saturday, we'd go out to visit the kids, but before we'd go, we'd meet at a donut shop there in Flint, and I would always get the German chocolate cake donut.
I never knew of those.
Piled high.
With coconut.
Coconut pecan, is that what the icing, the German chocolate icing, is made out of? I haven't done this in a long time, go down to the corner store and get the German chocolate icing from Betty, was it Betty Crocker?
Well,
in a little can?
But Betty Crocker, Duncan Hines.
Maybe that was it. And I would use it as a cookie dip. That was good stuff, let me tell you. And I would always refer to the German chocolate icing as my cookie dip.
Yeah. Some people choose ranch dip or something like that for carrots. He chooses cookie dip.
Yes. Did you say for carrots?
I said ranch dip.
Ranch dip for carrots, yes. I wouldn't use German chocolate icing for a vegetable dip.
Well, your wife tends to be more of a salty person than,
now you got me thinking.
Person.
I might want to try that.
Oh, good grief, heavens. Help me, people. Just help me.
Yeah. That might be something to try. Hey, can't make it any worse. Celery.
Okay, so on to different subjects, but we can still talk about food. What's your favorite omelet fillings?
German chocolate icing.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I like for German chocolate, for omelet fillings. I like mushrooms.
You like mushrooms, of course.
I like mushrooms on pizza, and there's no such thing as too many mushrooms in my book. Mushrooms, onions, and green peppers. I think those are my three. And a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce. That's
What
good
about
stuff.
cheese?
Cheese, yeah, pepper jack, cheddar, Colby Jack is really good.
Kojak, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I like that kind of cheese.
Also, gosh,
Have you ever had an omelet with mozzarella?
I've had some with feta, actually.
Feta?
Yeah.
Does feta make it better?
Yes, feta makes
Okay.
it better.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, it's called a Greek omelet.
A Greek
with,
omelet.
You know,
You put
sometimes
yogurt in it? I'm just kidding. I got a thing of Greek yogurt in the fridge.
Well, right, but that's for your smoothies,
Right.
right?
It's cashew milk yogurt.
I didn't make him get it
It's terrible, too.
unless you put some very
it-
good flavors in it.
Well, we put it in the blender with milk. And we talked about this on one of the other shows, and add some berries and stuff to it. So that's good stuff there.
Yeah, but no, I like these spinach omelets because I know you hate spinach.
I'm not crazy about spinach.
Greek omelets because they've got spinach, feta,
Yeah.
tomatoes, mushrooms.
I like a little bit of spinach on a pizza every now and then. That's good stuff.
I was quite amazed when I found out you could actually have fruit with cheese in it
Yeah?
and have it taste good, like cranberries and certain white cheeses,
Yeah.
like cheddar. I wonder how that would be with an egg
I don't know.
omelet.
Different ways to make different eggs, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a turkey egg?
No, I don't want to either.
I've had them. They're good. They're really, really good.
I have an ostrich egg shell.
Yeah?
Does that count?
Only if you ate the egg out
No,
of
I did not.
it. Okay. I like turkey
So-
eggs. I used to I had a friend that had a turkey farm back in Missouri.
Yeah.
And him and his wife would bring me over about a dozen turkey eggs every now and then. And a turkey egg's about 3 to 5 times bigger than a chicken egg, and about 3 to 5 times the flavor. Good stuff.
I'll trust you on that one.
Okay.
I've heard duck eggs are good for you.
Duck eggs?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a duck egg. I've had to duck an egg before, but I've never had a duck egg.
I've had to duck a water balloon. Does
Yeah.
that count? Yeah. So,
Anyway, all right. What else you got?
So I hear women are better at remembering things than men. What do you think on that one?
Well, I think it's honestly, I don't know that I'd agree with that. I think it depends on what the object is they want to remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
I really do. And I think that's where a lot of arguments in marriages come from. A lot, not all. Because I told you, no, you didn't. Or you never told me that. Yes, I did. I remember specifically saying this.
Okay.
So I think it depends on what it is that you said, what it is you're trying to remember, or in a lot of men's case, what it is you're trying to forget.
So selective remembering.
Yeah,
Does that
selective
count?
remembering. Yeah,
Okay.
that could be. What do you think?
I don't know. It depends if you're on your way home and you need milk for tonight's dinner or something like that, and you're the one cooking it. What do you think?
That could be. I think it just remembers on who's trying to remember what, and like if you ask me a favor and I say, "Yep, okay, I'll do that," and then I get so wrapped up in work or other chores and tasks that I completely forget to do what you asked me to do, or vice versa. That happens both ways.
Yeah. Okay.
At least that's the way I remember it. Anyway,
At least you want to remember.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. Why not?
Okay, so I got a trivia question. You always do.
I
these
like
for
trivia. Okay.
me. Okay. This famous building measures 361 feet from end to end. Do you know what it is?
361. Is it? We could play 20 questions here.
Okay.
361 feet. How many people are in this building at one time? Is it a house of some sort? Do people live there?
No.
You sure?
Maybe Michael knows the answer to this.
Okay, 360 people don't live there. Do people work there?
Yeah, actually, people do.
Okay. I'm going to venture a guess 361 feet from... It's a building in Washington, D.C.
No,
Okay.
it's not. It's out of this world.
It is. I don't know of any... wait a minute. Okay. Structures in space?
Yeah.
That would be the International Space Station.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding,
Which,
ding, ding, ding.
if you're a ham radio operator,
Yes.
you can, on occasion, reach them with a 2-meter radio.
Ooh.
I've done so once. It was very, very difficult to do.
Well, you reached Chile once, didn't you?
I did through, it was an internet protocol, but on 2-meter radio.
Sweet.
Yep. I spoke to a gentleman there who,
Yes.
talking about space buildings, was one of the leading scientists. After I talked to him, I Googled his call sign, and then I Googled his name and found out he was one of the leading scientists on the Hubble Space Telescope. That was cool. Yeah. Wish I could remember his call sign. I've got it written down somewhere. But, yeah, I used a program called Echolink, which connects radios to the internet. And 2 meter, generally, you will travel, if line of sight, if you're not hitting a repeater, you can hit usually 10, 12 miles, depending on how much, or 60 miles, depending on what you're using, either a handheld or a base station with a high antenna. You push 60. I used to push 65 to 70 watts, and I could hit St. Louis line of sight and hit a repeater in St. Louis.
Sweet.
From about 3 hours away, drive time.
Huh.
But with Echolink, you're unlimited pretty much. You can talk all over the world on a technician license.
And me, folks, I just like my ham and my Monte Cristos and my club sandwiches.
Those are good. We always go back to food. Why is that?
Because it's something we know something about. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. You're a good cook.
Well, thank you.
I know you're a good cook because Uncle John told me you were a good cook. He said it wouldn't hurt you, Jason, to push away from the table every now and then. He's right. He's right.
Well, maybe once we get settled down, we'll start taking those walking sticks out and walking around the subdivision and just running circles around it.
I got walking sticks for us for Christmas. We haven't used them. They're still hanging up on the wall.
That's not my fault.
No, it's not. But we will use them.
Yes.
We will use those walking sticks. Mm-hmm. They're the telescopic kind.
Ooh, did we get to look through them?
No, but you can shorten them down and beat a small person in self-defense if you need to, I guess.
As long as the snakes don't come after us, we're good.
I just got a notification on my watch. This is crazy. Apple does this.
Yeah?
It's time to breathe. Yeah.
How nice of them to remind you.
It's time to breathe.
Yeah.
So, anyway. All right, Sarah, what else do you have on your big list of goodies right there?
Ooh.
This is fun.
Oh, boy. I don't know.
We've
already talked about...
Hey, let's talk about dogs' names.
Dogs' names?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a name picked out for our dog when we get one.
Yeah. Unless,
Audie.
of course, it already has a name. So.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Well, it could. One never knows. So, we're talking about awesome dog names here. Now, I always thought that I'd get 2 West Highland Terriers.
Oh, I thought you were going to name them after somebody in the West Side Story or something.
No, I actually don't like that movie.
Okay. I've never seen it. I've always wanted to, but...
Oh, I won't spoil the ending for you.
Okay.
But West Highland Terriers, and I'd name them Wooster and Jeeves after the Stephen Fry, Hugh Laurie comedy.
Oh, okay.
And but anyway.
You got a story here about a woman that was going to name her dog. She was a teacher.
Yeah.
And she asked her kids to help her name the dog, and the top 2 names were Buddy and Monster Truck.
Yeah.
So they named the dog
Monster Truck.
Buddy the Monster Truck.
Buddy the Monster.
Yeah.
That's a long name. That's like what you would name a horse or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they have those really, really long names. I don't know.
And here comes Buddy the Monster Truck in the stretch.
Yeah. And he's rounding the corner.
That's what they should do, is have a horse race with horses with weirder names, kind of humorous names.
Well, they all have weird names. They
like
just
chewing gum under the table.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm.
That sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but then there was the Bulldogs. One was named Potato, the other one was named Tomato. Good thing they had good hearing. That's all I
was going to say that would confuse me. I like this guy that named his dog JD.
Yeah.
For just dog.
Well, my mom calls you JD, so yeah.
Yeah, there are people who name their dog or boy. Mm-hmm. So yeah, those people aren't very too creative in my opinion. we want to name our dog Audie after Audie Murphy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what we've talked about. We kind of decided
and the automobile maybe.
The Audi automobile.
Audi.
It's
close.
Well, that's close.
Hey, listen, you can call him Audi, and I'll call him Audi or something like that.
I like Audi better. Yep.
So, and then there's this family who actually named their dog Barkin.
Barkin?
Definitely not after Ellen Barkin.
The family's last name was Larkin.
So, needless to say, the dog's name ended up Barkin Larkin.
That's pretty creative.
It's creative. Yeah, it's funny. Uh-huh. Yeah. So, and then we've got this one dog. I think this is pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
He's a corgi. There's 3 different types of corgis.
Okay.
So they named him Thorgy, after Thor, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Corgi the Thorgy, or Thorgy the Corgi. That's a
Interesting.
tongue twister almost.
Yeah, it kind of is. Okay, what else we got?
Let's see.
You got anything else there that we can
Let's see here.
chew the fat about?
Oh, let's see here. No, we already did that one.
Yeah? What's that one about snakes?
Boys are more afraid of snakes than girls. I don't know if this is true.
Not in our case. I think we're both deathly afraid of snakes.
Yeah, especially the ones that want to try and lick you or bite you. I don't know.
I thought they all wanted to bite you. I don't know. In my opinion, they all want to bite you.
Gardener snakes aren't too bad.
I have a cousin that'll pick up just about any kind of snake up off the ground.
You've got an uncle, too.
Well, he is a snake. That...
I was referring to the one that we had a picture of him and he was holding up a king snake.
That was my cousin.
No, actually, that was your Uncle John, wasn't it?
No, I don't think so. Seth had a snake out here one time, but he picked it up on the end of a stick. In my opinion, if you got to pick up a snake, 2 things: you got to have a stick and it's got to be dead.
Yeah,
the snake.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I don't like snakes. I stepped on one when I was a kid up in Michigan. It was just a little garter snake. I was doing some running, and that thing shot straight up my pant leg.
Oh!
Yeah. Scared
Yay.
me to death.
Oh, boy, that's not fun.
But back in my home state, we had a lot of copperheads.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I don't like copperheads. Up in Michigan, they had water moccasins.
Never met a water moccasin.
Never met one?
No, I don't want to either.
I don't blame you.
I lived in a very secluded life, shall we say, from snakes. Yes, and I'm very glad about that.
Huh.
Oh.
Michael Shinneberry says you can get Doug eggs from Little J Ranch. I'll have to ask him where that is. They're good. Would you try one if I got you one?
You'd have to cook it. Let me put it that way.
And not tell you it was a duck egg?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Honestly, no. Especially since your nephew got 4 little ducks or something like that.
I would say, hey, Sarah, we're going to have some Donald omelets this morning.
No! Poor Daisy.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's see. I'm going to thumb through here myself.
You're going to... I had a friend, actually, who moved to Arizona recently, and she found a snake on the side of her wall. And I'm like,
Nope. Don't like them.
Mm-hmm. I'm like Indiana Jones when it comes to that.
Yeah. There's a guy you wouldn't think would be afraid of snakes, but...
Go figure. The whole, What was that scene where he was stuck in the tomb or whatever?
Yeah, all the snakes were...
Marilyn and all of the snakes were around.
Yep.
I hate snakes. Of course, his father hated rats, too.
Here's an interesting story.
Okay.
For people who acknowledge that they drive badly.
Which is not me.
Very few people, I think, acknowledge that they drive badly.
What
Everybody wants to say
What are you trying to tell me,
good.
Tim?
I'm not trying to tell you anything. I'm just saying. We did a story on this once before that most people say that they are good drivers. Very few people will say, I'm a bad driver. So that says we lost internet connection there for a minute.
Well, this is just wrong. There we go.
So,
okay, we're back.
Are we
I
back?
think it said it was.
Okay. Well, either way, interesting.
So
I'm going to refresh that page and see if we are actually off or not. I think we're back on.
You are? I
think so.
I hope so.
There we are. We're live. We're still live.
Okay.
So, but yeah, if you consider yourself a bad driver, here's what it says: take a peppermint or, some kind of mint that it seems to improve your concentration.
Huh.
This is according to the RAC Foundation.
I always thought bubblegum did it for me.
Bubblegum?
Yeah.
Some people can't walk and drive at the same, or walk and drive at the, I can't talk and think at the same time. Some people can't drive and chew bubblegum at the same time. I got up the other day and I put a little chewy thing in my mouth to help with antacid, and I couldn't hardly walk and chew that thing at the same time. The RAC Foundation, have you heard of that? That's a British Automobile Association.
Oh.
I thought you might know who that was.
No. Mm-mm. No,
So,
I don't know anybody about anything that does any testing for food,
Yeah?
shall we say.
Here's an interesting story.
Okay.
Here's a hypothetical
okay.
question to ask you.
Yeah?
If you were reading a book and you looked down and realized that this book was your life, everything in it was about you, and you got to the page in the book where everything was current. It was that same day.
Okay.
Would you turn the page?
Don't know. It would be dependent upon if I was baking a cake or something to see if it turned out.
Okay. I think I would turn the page just to see what... I wouldn't want to go to the very end, of course. No, I don't want to know when or how that book ends.
That's true. Okay.
I don't think I'd want to know. But I would want to know what mistakes I made over the next few days, maybe. And correct those mistakes before they happen.
See which day the Amazon packages are coming on? I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
See if somebody rich is coming into my life that's going to
Yeah.
drop a very heavy check into my lap.
Here's a person that made a mistake and wish they hadn't have. I bet.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Who?
Well, 5 years ago, Carl McCoy said he was trapped by his Miley Cyrus tattoos.
Oh, no.
43-year-old English man was getting the tattoos removed because they said boy, this is really thought-provoking, stopped him from getting a girlfriend. You think?
Yeah, that would be a little creepy having 29
He had 29 of them.
Miley Cyrus's
Inspired
tattoos.
Tattoos, yes.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
What
that's
were you thinking, dude?
That's 29 too many.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. We used to play jokes at work. We would, like, if there was somebody we wanted to kind of have a little fun with, we would get Justin Bieber posters and put it in their office and put them up on the walls and stuff.
Oh.
So that was fun stuff to do.
Yeah.
You ever play practical jokes when you worked at the post office?
I had one guy who was a coworker who would occasionally put a cockroach in.
Yuck.
Yeah.
A real one?
No, not a real one. It was a rubber cockroach. So, it was almost a good luck charm after that.
Wow. Hey, here's a question of this.
Okay.
53% of us die when? 53% of all people die when?
I'm going to tell you the correct answer, and the only reason I can tell you the correct answer is because I printed off the sheets.
But I can tell you one thing.
Yeah?
100% of us. I can tell you when 100% of us die.
What?
At the end of our life.
Oh!
Yes. Study finds, go ahead, 53% of people die when?
In our sleep.
In their sleep.
So,
yes. Sweet dreams.
Yes, but make sure you've got your Cowboy Cherry mug with you.
Yes. Yeah. Got mine here, too, with this morning I'm drinking Dr. Pepper Coke, Dr. Pepper Zero sugar.
Yes.
Good stuff, too.
Yes. So, you got any more news stories here with us?
Let's see. Ride one of these 100,000 times and you're likely to get stuck at least once.
Here's a cool one.
Now, wait a minute. Answer my question,
Okay,
please.
ride one of these 100,000 times and you might get stuck once. I don't know. What could that possibly be?
That would be an elevator.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
Okay, which question?
How could you cheat the system? Let me tell you how you could cheat the system.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
cheat the system.
Yes, a drunk man insisted the mop he was carrying away was his. I said, yes, you brought it on a winery tour? Which is a terrible thing to go to. I would never go on one. He actually replied, yes.
Wow.
Yes, so.
Then there's a story about the
barista?
the man that bought his two daughters the Happy Meal at McDonald's.
Oh.
And then he went up to his daughters at the counter and said one of the hamburgers in the Happy Meal didn't have any meat. It didn't have a meat patty on it. The little girl said, "But Daddy, you just ate it."
Whoops.
Yeah.
Talk about the
busted.
Kids trying to keep the parents straight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Okay, what else you got there?
Let's see here. A barista, and sometimes someone will come up to me and says that their drink was made wrong earlier, and the manager told them that they could come back for a free one later, but they have never had a receipt.
Yeah.
Ooh. So.
Yeah, I bet that happens a lot at places.
Honestly, yeah. That's an easy scam. I don't know. I probably couldn't keep a straight face, though.
No?
Yeah. I wear my heart on my sleeve a lot of times.
I don't think I've ever tried to beat the system, per se, on anything. But I do complain when I have a legitimate complaint.
Right. Yeah, there was the time that I actually had a piece of cellophane in my mouth.
Yeah?
And I nearly choked to death in a Denny's.
I had something similar happen to an uncle of mine.
Yeah, that's right. You told me about that.
The little clip that goes around the bread bag.
Yeah, the green ones.
Years ago at the Super Buffet at Wendy's. Remember when
Oh.
Wendy's used to have the super buffet? Those were great.
I know.
Tacos and chili.
I know. I used to fill them up.
So, yeah, that's right.
when I
You
worked
worked there.
there.
Those were great. I love those things. But he reached down into the basket for a roll, and it had one of those little bread clips.
I don't ever remember them having rolls, though.
Well, this is what happened. It was a roll or a piece of bread or something.
Okay.
But he had the bread clip that was embedded in the piece of bread, got stuck in his throat, and caused some vocal damage.
Oh, bummer.
And do you remember, earlier this year, we were at Sonic and the exact, well, not the whole thing, but it happened to me.
Yeah, because it was in the burger.
I found one of those bread clips embedded in the burger bun.
Yeah.
And I called him back. I took a picture of it, wrapped it up in the wrapper, and called him and told him about it. I think they gave us $20 or something.
Yeah.
Card.
Of course, me, I actually got cheated out of my burger.
Here's the thing. When I complain about something like that, I don't complain to get something out of it.
Right.
I complain because I know that if I was the manager of the restaurant, I would want to know.
Right.
It's all about quality. You have the best quality, you have the best customer service, you're going to make a big profit.
There we go. Yeah.
Most of your business is going to be word of mouth. People complain. And
Yes.
you want to minimize the complaints. For every bad thing that happens to a customer, they found out in a study years ago that person will tell 50 to 60 of their friends what happened,
Yeah.
or associates.
More likely, they're going to tell the bad over the good.
Well, that's what I was going to say. One time out of 100 will they relay a good experience. So you want to make your experiences with places as good as possible.
Sure.
Now, I will say this, because everybody, since Facebook came out, probably 80% of all the pictures are on Facebook, or at least it used to be, were pictures of plates of food at restaurants, or what they cooked even.
Right.
And so now you go to a restaurant, you sit down, the platter looks delicious. What do? Oh, I got to take a picture of this.
A foodie at heart.
Yes, and I've done that. We've showed some of those pictures on the video here.
Right. We showed one last week
Yeah.
of our popo platter.
So I think that the 1 in 100 of a good experience has probably jumped up a little bit since those days.
Okay. Phew.
So,
Good.
Sarah, you got any plans today? I think we better wrap this up. What do you got planned today?
I think we better wrap this up too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you got planned?
I don't know. Watching TV.
You gonna cook anything?
I don't know. What do you want cooked? You want a sirloin?
Everything. No.
No, that's not happening, folks.
Do we have sirloin? That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you gonna cook that?
I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. How about that?
That sounds pretty good.
Okay.
We do need to get some more chicken fritters, because I found a gravy mix and a can of green chili, Hatch green chili, and I'm telling you, there's a restaurant down the road that did this, and I want to try it myself. I want to make my own Hatch green chili white gravy, that like you would put on mashed potatoes or on top of a chicken fried steak. It's so good, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, here's the difference. The chicken fritters are breaded.
Yes,
okay?
they are.
The restaurant serves their chicken double battered. There is a
Oh,
difference.
I didn't even notice.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't notice things like that. I'm like, oh, that looks good. Got to have it now.
Yeah.
Can I have another?
Okay.
Waiter, can I have another? You ever ate a plate that was so good that you ordered a second platter of it? I've never have, but I've been tempted to.
Okay. Yeah, you remember that part we were talking about where women remember more?
Yes. Well, I think I have done that, but it was to take the second plate home and eat it later. I might have done that.
You might have done that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I understand that, although it never seems to be quite as good when it's
The second time around?
second time around.
Yeah, that's true. Those things never do. Hey, it's time for us to go because we've got food to cook, things to eat, calories to burn.
Calories to burn, twisting the night away.
Chickens
kind
to
of
milk.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not what?
Just kidding. We'll see you next
Lord
time
help
right
me.
here on the Cowboy and Cherry Short Show.